Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I want to talk about feminine energy because I haven't talked about feminine energy in so long, and I think it's important how we can be more in our feminine energy, how you can manifest that state of being. So if you're interested in a video like that, please keep watching. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we are talking about feminine energy because, girlfriend, I have not talked about feminine energy in a while. And it's something that I'm very passionate about and something that I feel like is very important when it comes to our state of being. Because, you know, we talk about thoughts and manifesting and all of that jazz on this channel, but being in a state of being in your natural essence or an essence that feels good to you is so important, because at the end of the day, we want to be happy. We want to feel good. We want to feel right. Okay? So that's what I want to talk about in this video. But before we get into the video, girlfriend, yes, I gotta introduce myself. My name is Amber Turner, and I am the author of You Choose Your Outfit, with outfit being the metaphor for your reality and experience. And I'm also the author of the journal 365 transformational beliefs on how to glow up. And so even with those transformational beliefs, it's more in a feminine essence, and so being in your feminine state of being, hence the glowing up part. And so when it comes to our outer experience and our reality, it all starts on the inside. And so that's why starting with your beliefs and the things you think, your thought patterns, the beliefs you have, the assumptions, the perceptions, all of that stuff is so important, is because that's what creates your reality. That's what creates your outfit, so to speak. So, yeah, just had to offer that. So, feminine energy. Feminine energy. I want to talk about what is feminine energy, why feminine energy, and how we're going to manifest that state of being. So, what is feminine energy? I like to say taking a more feminine approach to life, because I don't know, it's because it really is an approach to life. So that's how I like to word it, is that it's like taking a certain approach to life. And it's being more creative. It's like characteristics of being in your feminine energy are often openness, receptiveness, creativity. When it comes to relating to other people, kind of leaning back and allowing, letting go. It is more flow type of energy, which is, in my opinion, just a really, really great way to live. Because I was, like a lot of people, was operating more in my masculine energy, and I was burnt out and, depressed. I was not feeling fulfilled, all of that stuff. And that honestly is for the birds. And if that feels right to you, good for you. It just didn't feel right to me. And that's why I always tell people, if something in your life, like the approach that you're taking to life, is not working for you, if it's not working for you, perhaps you should consider taking a different approach. Now, with that being said, there's no right, wrong, or right or wrong way or approach to life. You can live life any way you want to. Okay. With that being said, if it's not working for you, it doesn't feel good, then perhaps consider a different approach. That's what I did. Aspects did feel good to me when I was in my masculine energy, but for the most part, I was burnt out, tired all the time, not seeing the results that I wanted in my life, and I didn't feel good at the end of the day. And so a series of events actually led me to feminine energy. I might get into that a little later in different videos, but not in this video. And, I started taking a more feminine approach to life, being more my feminine energy, and it's been blissful. It's been blissful, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's so much more blissful to my state of being and how I relate to other people, and it just feels good to me. And I'm like, gosh, I was missing this my whole life. Now, I honestly have been more of a feminine creature most of my life. Like, but college, then getting into the workforce, I worked for the federal government for a while, kind of deterred me from that approach, and I adopted the approach of more of a masculine, linear, um, logical type of approach, which it's neither here nor there. But I did realize that I'm like, gosh, why am I not feeling good? Why am I not feeling like fulfilled? I'm like, I did everything I was supposed to do logically to the plan. Why am I not feeling good? It's because I was not being true to myself, pretty much is what I'm saying. So why feminine energy? I kind of just went into that. Again, if it is not working for you, if the approach that you're taking in life is not working for you, then perhaps consider a different approach. Now, with that being said, girlfriend, I'm going to be real with you. We're going to get real. I'm going to be real. So I can say all of that stuff. It sounds good. If it's not working for you, consider a different approach. But here's the thing, and I'm going to be honest, 100 with you. If you are seeking, and this is the thing, especially with women, they are seeking when it comes to relationship, they want certain things out of life, and they're operating in their more masculine energies. Okay, let me just put it out there. So most women want, when it comes to a relationship, they want a strong masculine man. But then they're strong and masculine themselves. Okay, that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Did you hear me? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for you. Just telling you. So if you desire a certain kind of relationship, if you desire a relationship with a masculine man or masculinity, then you can't be in your masculine, because that masculine man ain't gonna want a masculine person. You might think so. You can argue with me, but I know I know being more my feminine essence and being okay. So I'll say this: when I was more my masculine, would I had considered a more feminine man? Perhaps, yeah, because that probably would have worked. But if you have someone in their masculine and you have another person in their masculine, is you're gonna butt heads. And so whatever it is that you're looking for, you might not be looking for a masculine, and that's totally okay too. But if you are, then that's something you should consider. Another thing is that sometimes we get overwhelmed and we want people to help us, to get more help, but at the same time we are in our masculine, getting a message, we are in our masculine, and then so when people offer help, we kind of like, I'm independent, I'm strong, I don't need your help. It's so we want certain things and we want to live a certain kind of life, but the approach, especially if you're taking a more masculine approach to life, it doesn't jive. It's not going to work for you. And so if those are things that you're looking for, if you're looking for a certain kind of relationship or a certain kind of specific person, if you're looking for just a different way of doing things in your life where you're not having to do everything, where people do things for you too, it's not just you, then perhaps that's when you want to consider, maybe I should take a more feminine approach to life. And what does that look like? And how can we do that? Because I only say this to only be on, like, you got to be honest with yourself. Like, at the end of the day, this is not like, you just got to be honest with yourself, honestly. I said a lot of honest, but you really do. You have to be honest with yourself, because what's here's the thing. I had a conversation with my cousin one time, and we were talking about relationship. And, you know, society has programmed us to not really like feel like, because feelings are weak. Like, you can't depend on someone, you can't want certain things. And we in that conversation, we just really came to the conclusion that that stuff was BS. That's like, what if we were really truly honest with ourselves and we're being real with ourselves? We want to depend on someone. We want someone to be there for us. We want people to do things for us. We don't want to have to do everything for ourselves. And we want to be able to lean back and enjoy and experience life, because feminine energy is more experiential, where you experience, and it's juicy and it's flow and it's just amazing. It's just like state of being, of letting go and not holding on so tightly to things and wanting to be in control of things. So like being able to lean back and actually let someone plan stuff for you instead of always having to plan the things, that kind of stuff. So sometimes you just gotta be, wait, is that society telling me that I should think this way or be this way, or is that what I really want? And if it's not what you really want, then lean into that. Lean into the things that feel good to you. Because when I started leaning into being more feminine and being more in my feminine energy, that's when things started feeling good in my body, instead of like what I felt like society was telling me to do, that I have to be strong, I can't have emotions, that I have to do everything myself. And it was just overwhelming, and it left me frustrated. It left me burned out. It left me feeling not well at the end of the day. I was not well, both physically and mentally. Like, hold on, I had my fitness on point. But like, feeling good in my body wasn't feeling good in my body, like that kind of thing. So I think that it's super important to really just be real with yourself. What do you really want? Not what your mama said you should want, what people on the Instagram saying, because there's a lot of that programming on social media. Oh, do everything yourself. Da 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 da. Go to bed tired, and all this stuff. Like, y'all can keep that stuff. Anyways, but it's what you want. And so, how can we do that? How can we be more in our feminine energy? We really have to understand what feminine energy is, and I explain a little bit of that as letting go. So like in situations where you would tend to want to be in control, like try to take control, situations like that, how can you lean back? How can I delegate or suggest where I can lean back and let go of control? And when you let go of control, you really gotta let go of control. You can't be like, micromanaging and all that kind of stuff. You really, and think about it. And here's the thing, and this is where I had to get. If things don't turn out how, like, to the T, how I want them to, will the world end? No, the world's not going to end. If someone is convicted in what they believe, and I feel strongly in a way in that belief too, me just shutting up and letting them believe what they believe and me just shutting up and still believing what I believe, will the world end? Like letting go of control and just letting go of things. You know, they have this saying, and um this can be used across the board in all aspects of your life. Do you want to be right or do you want to be in love? And that can be in any relationship, not even a romantic relationship, any relationship. Do you want to be right or do you want to be in love? Do you want to be right or do you want to have that friendship? Like the things that we are so like, I gotta be right, or I gotta, this has to work out to the T, and I have to be in control. But like if you lean back and you just like let go and let things be, will things, will the world end? And that's where you really just gotta think like, is it easier for me to be like arguing and getting my blood pressure all up and controlling instead of like doing something else that makes me feel good? Like I gotta be here and control, and like control this person, control the situation, control the circumstance? Or could I let go of that? It's still gonna be okay. It might not turn out exactly what I want it to be, but it's still gonna work out, and I can go over here and do something that makes me feel good. Like that kind of thing. And so letting go of control is going to alleviate so much stuff for you, and allow you, and so you're not overwhelmed, and allow you just to be, just to be. And that's feminine energy. It's like allowing, being in flow, moving when you're inspired to move, being in tap with your intuition. I go like this because to me, intuition's your connection with God, source, divine. So being in touch with your intuition and being inspired to move and being receptive and open and receiving. And that's an important one, is that we often don't want to receive help because receiving help is a form of weakness. But it is a beautiful thing. When it comes to the flow of life, someone's got to give, but in that giving, someone has to receive. And so it's like this like beautiful dance. And if someone is giving and the other person's always giving, it's not a beautiful dance. It's not a beautiful dance. And when someone's truly in their masculine energy, when it comes to relationships, when someone's truly in their masculine energy, they want to give because that feels good to them. So it's not a bad thing that people think that, oh, if I receive, it's such a bad thing. And it's not saying that you can't ever give, but it's, they take that as like a bad thing in our society, but it's not, because you're actually making that person feel good. And it also feels good to you. If feminine energy is more your true essence, it feels good to you to be able to receive, like receiving gifts and acts of service and these kind of things. So so being able to just kind of be, that's pretty much what feminine energy is. And like it's the beauty aspect. It's like, you think about femininity when it comes to women as like adornment, where they do their makeup and they wear dresses and nails and things like that. That is the aspect of yourself. But when you're in feminine energy, like when you're in your feminine essence, you want to create beauty everywhere. And so that's why you see like, very well decorated homes, a lovely home that feels like home. And that's where that woman's touch when it comes to a home, because like making a house a home, that's where that comes in, is that recreates this environment of home. Because there's a difference between a house and a home, in my opinion, where it just feels a certain way, like you feel home. And so that's feminine, That's feminine essence, is feminine energy. But how you can really land in your feminine energy is I am statements like I am open to life, and I'm open to receiving. Um, I am creation energy. I am in touch with my intuition and things like that. Also a great and also another attribute of feminine energy is actually slowing down. Slowing down, um, which is something that I have learned this past year, and how important it is to be present, slowing down and be present. And, people are attracted to that. When you can be present with someone and you let them know that they're seen, especially with my kids, like, they're seen and they're heard. It's an amazing, attractive quality of feminine energy. Like, people want to be seen and heard. And so, slowing down, quieting your mind, taking the time to be present with others and being present with yourself as well is super important. Um, I think about masculine energy is very fast moving. It's go, go, go. It's hustle. It's very logical. It's very strategic, executing. It's very fast moving, which is great. It serves. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. It serves people. Yeah. And with being more, if you want to become more in your feminine energy and be more in your feminine being, your feminine essence, slowing down and actually checking in with yourself and seeing how you're feeling, meditating, slowing your mind down. There's an ease to thinking. I know, like, even the way that I think now versus when I was more in my masculine energy, I was always like, my mind was always going like this. It's very fast moving. It was like very, very fast moving. Even made sleeping at night really hard because my mind was always going. Now I just like knock out because the way that I think is so much slower, but it's intentional. If that makes sense. It's slower, it's intentional. I'm more present and in tune with my intuition versus like being always like logical about things. And so slowing down and being present, just, and like just talking about this kind of stuff makes me feel good because I know where I've come from and how I felt and how I feel now. And, just keeping it real, people are attracted to feminine energy, femininity. It's just an attractive quality. And especially if you're dating and you're single, I think that it would serve you better because, yeah, being present, especially if you go on dates, being present and being in the now and being able to listen is a very attractive magnetic quality. And you want to draw him in. I'm just saying. But yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to share this video on feminine energy because I haven't talked about it in a while. And it's something that I'm very passionate about. I might get into the hormonal aspects of feminine energy because there is an hormonal, physical, biological component to this that is not often talked about. And when I say that it feels good in my body, it's because it really truly feels good in my body. And it's a hormonal thing, and it's really great when it comes to balancing your physical body out. And so Dr. John Gray talks a lot about the physical and the biological aspects of feminine energy versus masculine energy and why it feels good. Because when you're out of balance hormonally, that's where depression comes in. Why you don't feel fulfilled, when you don't feel good, when you feel overwhelmed and frustrated, that's where that imbalance comes in. And so it's really important to really like tap into your feminine energy if that's your natural essence. If it's your natural essence and you're not in alignment with that, that's when you start feeling anxious and you start feeling these things that are not um, our true nature, our true nature of bliss, our true nature of happiness, our true nature of love, these kind of things. And so that's why feminine energy is so important and why we should embrace it and not villainize femininity and feminine energy as a bad thing. Anyways, that is all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do videos on business. Wait, that's the old thing. Feminine energy. I do feminine energy. Our thoughts create the subconscious mind, manifesting, all of that jazz. So you like that kind of thing. I like talking about that kind of stuff. I think you'll like it here. So definitely subscribe. And that is all. I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.